No, God, no, Narset. No, 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 no. Hello, Mr. Red. Hello, Zach Taft. Hello, Final Cloud, if you're still there. Lunch was good. I had eggs, burrito, and watermelon. You think too much, says Marrow. Apparently the Dragoon spirits are here. The hairband, I assume, Narsa? Are these Frankenstein monsters? They look like them. I mean, they had 4 discs, so... Makes sense, right? I mean, technically I count as a cyborg if you want to really stretch the definitions, Zach Taft. So, sure. Why not? I'm not a cool cyborg. Four more. Count with me whenever we get in combat again. In 5 seconds. The hell am I? What's taking up my inventory other than thousands of healing breezes? Oh, hello. What are these? Bunch of junk. Now, I think the more relevant question is, would I random guy? They had a max, Mr. Red, 4. It was actually a problem this game ran into. They could only have 4 CDs.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
One volcano. Ah, ah, ah. Two volcanoes. Ah, ah, ah. I mean, the same as someone with a pair of scissors would be dangerous, Gum Gum. So in short, no. I don't agree at all. Oh no, that person has the ability to do something! Oh no! Just like every other person does.
Yes.
3 volcanoes! Ah, ah, ah.
Volcano. Yes.
4 volcanoes! Ah, ah, ah. And now we can leave. I mean, I guess we could finish killing them at this point. No, Zactaf, I don't think you could mathematically push that out as a figure. They don't have a capability of 4.5, you know? Okay. 2 to go. Thank you very much, Command & Conquer 2. Appreciate it as always. Thank you. If you know where you want to put that, please let me know. Oh yeah, that's pretty normal, Gum Gum. But you asked me if I agree with it, to which I say no. You got it. Majora it is. And thank you again. Hi, Dakota. Let's go all this nonsense. What's the reset? Actually, let me ask a better question, Dakota. What carries forward? If anything. The answer could be nothing. I have heard of it, Mr. Red, but I have not played it. Nah, it's not worth it. He needs the speed, I want the speed on her, and he's gonna need either health or auto, so nope. I like that. If we meet the guy who claims his Diaz. I mean, that's pretty normal, Gum Gum. Even X-Men does that. What's that? You're a mutant? Freak! Subhuman! Etc, etc. Dragon Age does that. I feel like there's others I can't think of right now. As much fun as it is to grind, we're just gonna peace out. I mean, losing your job and starving to death is pretty depressing. Not that I've ever experienced that. Because I didn't die, see. Smoke bomb is reusable. Where the hell you been, Shirley? I'm pretty sure Disc 3 is going to end in like the next 10 minutes. And then we'll have the next 2 days to do Disc 4. Got it. Side quest. Optional bosses. I'm going the wrong way. My bad. I said I would, Shirley. Jeez Louise. She even says after you meet Diaz. Whoever Diaz is. Well, he died, but he was propelled back in time by a time-traveling bullet, which turned him into a member of Hydra. Except he was always pretending. And also, he's, superpowered now. I feel like I missed a few points there. Breaks can be good, Dalton James. See her? She takes breaks all the time. Okay, I'll give her another one, right here. I wonder how big my book is. Let's see, how do I count? Let's see here. Word count. Oh wow, my book's only 109,188 words. Across 206 pages. Too many words, Dalton James. You need to pull it back. You need to pull it back. Okay, what's a spirit potion? I think I'm just going to get rid of these. Alright, who's ready for shocking revelations? Vations. But first, a random encounter. Yeah, sure, I'll kill you. Fine.
Go! Crash dance! Inferno!
Okay. I'll take it. That's okay. Living on a boat isn't that bad. You get sick of it after a while, but you know. You get the ultimate edition. 2 plus 2 equals 5. Alright, Revelations time. Let's see if there's any I don't remember here, because, you know, I only barely remember this game. There are no more obstacles to our utopia. Release the girl. Yay. Hello, Joe Cool. Didn't you hear it from Lloyd? My only desire is the advent of the last species. If you're the true Diaz, you should know what that implies. Total destruction. What do you... Lloyd, well done in bringing me... Oh yeah, spoilers, Diaz is a bad guy. Well done bringing me the Moon Gem, Moon Dagger, and Moon Mirror. Now we can let the Virage Embryo, the god of destruction, the last species we desire, the true Virage, arise. I will create the utopia you wanted, after the Virage Embryo purges the world. Everything so far was an overture to that. Lloyd, he showed you a false utopia from the beginning. You deceived me. How could you? My utopia exists in the future of this world. What I desire is the creation of the future, not the destruction of the world. I don't need you anymore. Boogity boogity boo. Nice cityscape below. I don't need to hide anymore.
It's been a while. Rose, Dart. Father?
In case you forgot.
Oh, it cannot be!
It would depend on why, Gum Gum. Because that would probably be the first step. Figure out why. Is it really you, Dad? You died with Melbuframa on each other's swords. What are you talking about? Now I can tell you everything. So that's plot reveal 1, or 2, depending on how you count it. The beginning of the world was an absolute nothingness. Darkness. The creator, Soa, who is a dick, sowed a seed to the earth. This is the plan of Soa that created all species, the birth of the divine tree. Eventually, the fruit of the divine tree ripened and fell to the ground to fill the world with life. Gigantos from the 97th fruit. Menintos from the 99th fruit. dragons from the 105th fruit, humans from the 106th fruit, winglies with magic power from the 107th fruit. And at the end, the Virage embryo, the god of destruction, was to be born from the 108th fruit. Soa desired the destruction and regeneration of the world by the Virage embryo. However, 11,000 years ago, winglies found out the tragedy waiting for them and sealed the 108th fruit by separating flesh and soul. The flesh of the god, the flesh of the Virage embryo, was taken away from the winglies as the moon that never sets that glows in the sky. And the soul of the god was captured in the crystal sphere, and Melbu Frama kept it. Yes, to withdraw unlimited magic power from that, and to conquer the other creatures. However, even with the unlimited magic power, the domination was not eternal. Humans arose with dragoons in front. Nothing was their match, because they obtained the power of the dragon. And finally they drove Melbu Frama into a corner. I felt certain of my victory. And it was in the next moment the spell of petrification cast by Melbu captured me. I have waited for 11,000 years. Time, almost eternal, dissolved the spell of Melbu. I was released from captivity. Days spent with Rose became the eternal past. And I lived as the father of Dart in this age, until the tragic day in Neat. Believe it. I am here. That is a fact. And both Dad and Rose are the heroes of the Dragon campaign? Yes, but that's not all. Humans made a mistake. Silly humans destroyed the crystal sphere, which was the container of the soul along with the royal capital, Cadessa. The Virage embryo, god of destruction, he likes saying that, doesn't he? Was exultant. It could be now born. The free soul released from the crystal sphere started to wander, in order to go back to the body left in the moon that never sets, to be born as the last god, and to destroy the world. The soul without a body possesses a human body and heads for the moon that never sets, by repeating the transmigration every 108 years. You now know. The soul of the god of destruction is the Moon Child. The truth of the Moon Child in the legend. We're going to repeat the quote here really quick. There we go. The holy blessing is destruction. The destruction is Soa's will. This is the fate that rules the future of the world. But there was one Dragoon who found out about it. In order to deter the birth of the god of destruction, she had to kill the Moon Children. By stopping her own time. She was even called a demon. That is the true self of Rose, the Black Monster! I mean, Rose is basically his stepmom at this point. The Moonchild had to be killed, and the people around it too, before they became servants of the god of destruction. For 11,000 years, there have been no exceptions. Why do you have to be the Black Monster? That's it. What are you gonna do? Let me tell you one more truth. Rose, you thought the Princess Luvia you killed 18 years ago was the Moonchild. But it is not true. Luvia had a twin sister. Shauna is the Moonchild. Now that's a lore shock, because we all saw that one coming. Soul of the Virage embryo, the god of... He really likes to say that, doesn't he? I'll dissolve the signet of the moon that never sets and cross it with the Moonchild. Now I have everything in my hand. Oh, yawn attack. Are you going to kill her to save the world? I'll kill her. Actually, what she probably meant is, I'll kill her. This is the limitation of humans. All is the will of the Creator. My hands start the world, and my hands end the world. Fate desires it. Menu music. Thank you, Serrani. I appreciate it. I like Devil May Cry 5 quite a bit, Zach Taft. It's an excellent game, and I hope to like it even more whenever we play the rest of it. And give even more positives. Recently, I was asked to do a bit for someone else's video about Falkenstein. And one of the lines required me to laugh. So I decided to do several different takes on that. One of those was just a genuine laugh. So I paused, pulled up something funny, and laughed at it. That take was rejected for being too evil sounding. Yes, we are now 3/4 of the way through. Oh my god. Ugh. No, SA2K. I hate history. The Byzantines suck. Nobody actually cares about the exploits of Elizabeth the Great or... God, I'm suddenly trying to think. Persia? Assyria? I loved reading about Assyria. The Ottoman spread. What's funny is, near as I can tell, it's not actually that long of a game. Like, it's an above-average length game, definitely. But it feels longer than it is because of the slowness problem. The should have been on the PS2 problem. Okay. Didn't even see that coming. I have a map. So, you know, screw you, nurse it. As much as I love being trapped forever. I mean, I can just give a negative and move on if you want, Narset. I mean, I've played Breath of Fire 3. That desert sequence is getting a negative if we ever review Breath of Fire 3. Well, no, I'm serious. Like, obviously, this is probably not that bad, but I have experienced bad dungeon design before. Funnily enough, two of my least favorite dungeons in gaming are both in Breath of Fires. Huh. Alright, so what do we got here? So we're here. Have you ever done it, SA2K? Without a guide? But even if you do it without a guide successfully, which isn't really a problem, why don't you tell me how long it took you to go through it? And how boring. I mean, I've seen worse, too. I've played Breath of Fire 2. I don't think a single chest here is really worth my time, so no. There is a bandit's shoes here. So, one of the items here is worth my time. Complete at the end, too. Honestly, though, I don't think I need a third bandit ring, because I'll probably never use it. See, I've never played Breath of Fire 4, so I can't speak to that one. Oh, I'm sorry, I must be misthinking. Yeah, you're right, shoes, not ring. God, Lord. Never mind, I guess I'll make the effort to get the bandit shoes. Damn it! Worst dysentery in gaming? Breath of Fire. I've actually played a bit of Dragon Quarter. I did not know that, Raven Zero, no. I think I'm here? Yep, nope, I'm right, I'm right. So we go this way, we'll go up. Over. Best Breath of Fire game? Now that is a fantastic question. Breath of Fire 2 is actually not that bad of a story, wrapped in a frankly terrible game. However, almost all of Breath of Fire 2's problems are things that are actually pretty easy to fix with the introduction of, say, a walkthrough. Or simply knowing what you're doing. However, I've never reviewed 1, 3, 4, or 5. So we all know it's 6. Rose. Whoa! Actually, Breath of Fire 6 is a real game. Look it up. It's a mobile game. And it's exactly as bad as whatever you're picturing right now. Makes perfect sense, Gumgo. Yes, I don't know if it was Japan only, but I know it's already shut down. Because it did terribly. Yeah, Miranda really likes to slap and punch people. Jeez Louise. Okay, so I'm here. And I want the bandit's shoes. But yeah, I haven't reviewed Breath of Fire 1, so I'm not sure how good or bad it is. I mean, the story of Breath of Fire 1 isn't great, let's just say that. But the game might be fine. I have suspicions the game might actually be superior, gameplay-wise, to 2. We'll see. Listen, we all know that money is all that matters, Raven Zero. Now, excuse me, I'm going to turn the Lorewalkers into a mobile game. Okay, so I want to go this way. Yeah, that would be terrible. And they could call it Blades, Final Cloud, just to really rub it in. Yeah, Breath of Fire 1 in many ways feels like this game. In terms of the slowness of it, you know? But it does a surprising number of things right on the gameplay axis, so... We'll see when we get there.
Go! Crash dance!
I admittedly have a negative bias towards Breath of Fire 3. Or I guess you could say I'm biased against Breath of Fire 3. Because that game pissed me off over and over and over again. There are multiple points in that game where I basically ran into a wall of nope. Either because there was a specific boss that sucked, or there was a specific dungeon that sucked, or whatever. That game loved to piss me off. Now, I will admit, I didn't have a strategy guide, and I've only ever played Breath of Fire 3 once. You know, when I bought it. I actually still own it. It's in my closet right now. In my, you know, archived physical game copies thing. But I only ever played it the one time. So that's why I hesitate to really say it's actually bad, because I don't like to use vague memories like that. But my vague memories were pretty bad. Yeah, the fighting Gar, fighting the twins when they combine. There was a random ocean battle. There was a random plant battle. I remember that sucked. And I feel like there was another spot where I just ran into a wall. I think it was the ghost. That was pretty early on. The mentor system was great. I don't remember if it's explained in the game. I looked that up later, after the fact, and was like, oh wow, this is really cool. I think for right now, I'll put it on him. I'll eventually put the boots on Kongal. Yeah, much later, I was actually looking up a speedrun, of all things, of Breath of Fire 3, and there was a big discussion about how to utilize the mentor system, and how to get the most out of it. And I was reading up the specifics, you know, of exactly what they did and how they did it and why. And I was like, this looks like a great system! What the hell? Why didn't I know about this? Now, I am a moron. But, good, very late morning, exclamation mark. Yeah, I don't imagine going back to work right now would be a good thing, period. Did you get everything you need at the grocery store, question mark? Safe, right. Also, the rabbit scientist lady was awesome. I forget her name, but she's probably my favorite character that I remember from Breath of Fire 3. Momo, that's her. summon my what now? You're talking nonsense, Raven Zero. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Doesn't that require level 5 or something, Raven Zero? Either way, no, is the answer to your question. Okay, I went somewhere wrong. What in the world? Oh, I see why. I see why. Let's go left. Now let's go up. Ah! Okay, I know what's I'm doing wrong here. Let's go right. What is with these sand sharks? I have played Mother Zero. I have played the first Mother game, yes, Earthbound Zero. Oh my god, look at it. I mean, it sounds like I'd rather die, Gum Gum, but I mean, what the hell do I know? It's a sandworm, excuse me. Rude. Hello, Far East James. What's up? Ah! Oh, god damn it! It was actually Monday, Zach Taft. Hello, Maverick Friar. Now I'm picturing a Mega Man X enemy that's like a friar, you know? Repentance Beam! X nails. I'm sorry. Well, here's hoping you can get some other kind of soap solution then, period. We've been having that problem here too, comma. But thankfully the actual refills haven't been sold out because nobody thinks to buy the refills, period. Go figure, period. That. It's my fault. Talking to my mom. Let's get a heal in. Listen, Von Falkenstein. Don't you bring your logic around here. Ain't no room for your kind in this here place. Ain't no logic. I mean, he literally does von Falkenstein, so, you know. And we're done. I got the bandit shoes earlier, Narcy. I have them equipped, even. Here, look. See? It's like the first thing I did. Then I got stuck several times because I misread my position on the map, so I kept going the wrong way. Look, it's not our fault that we're awesome, Raven Zero. I mean, it's kind of our fault. That looks cool. There's probably several, yeah. I mean, that would make sense. So. Let's mosey. I did. It contained an angel's prayer, von Falkenstein. I mean, I'm curious why they need better vision, bad vision in one eye and worse vision in the other. We will go with you, Rose. I've already settled things with the Black Monster. That was quick. And completely off camera, I feel like adding. But okay, I'm not going to question, whatever. Don't want no drama. Yeah, Haschel looks at Rose and is like, hey, so, sup? How are things? So you killed my daughter, right? Roses make me puke. They're just flashy. They don't have any kindness in them. Do you know why roses have thorns? It's to bring out their own red using the blood of the people they hurt. They'll do anything for their own happiness. Miranda? Like, this game has actually been pretty devoid of edgy characters, but... The Stardust Plan. Let's grab that while we're here. You are super edgy, Mr. Red. Right, I don't have any space. Why do I not have space? Probably not, Zach Taft. Probably not. It's probably a huge mistake, but whatever. They've been sitting in my inventory unused for a little over a day at this point, and I have limited inventory size. Which reminds me, limited inventory size. Full negative or partial negative? I'm leaning towards aggregate, personally. It's not as problematic as another game I could mention, which has a much bigger issue with this. But it is still irritating. Leave some room there. Yeah, that inventory thing is not cool. Like, limited inventory is a thing that can work if it's built into the design of the game, which I don't think this qualifies. Do I ever have to use her? Is it ever mandatory to use Miranda? Yeah, it is. Fine, here. Have a weapon that's not total junk. Yeah. It's a good song, Zach Taft, and a good quote. Oh my god, it's piranha plants. You're really scary people. Even more scary is Zeke. He's trying to destroy the sphere. Sure. The first is Melbu Frama, who we've been hearing a lot of since Disc 3. Leader of the Winglies. Younger brother of Charlet. Being the leader of the Winglies meant the ruler of the world. He professed that only Winglies had the right to live, and he ruled over other species physically and mentally. As a result, the grievances accumulated in the Dragon campaign began. Odessa was annihilated, and Melbu Frama was killed by the sword of the Dragoon Zieg. The other man who led the Winglies was Faust. I don't know who that is. As the right-hand man of Melbu, he was feared by other Winglies. He was also known as a wizard and a magician. His magic power was incredibly enormous. He could even create his own apparition, his double. The apparition had most of the capabilities of Faust himself. However, Melbu felt uneasy over the existence of the apparition, so he created something. What Faust did was like professing an intention towards disloyalty. He naturally didn't like it. It's called the Vanishing Stone, but that item it said that you can make the apparition disappear, though I don't know if it's true or not. Let's get back to the story. Faust was the commander of the super-mobile Fort Flanville as well. Now, Flanville's at the bottom of a glacier. However, it used to be floating in the sky. In order to protect the 5 main cities, it also floated in the sky. Faust manipulated Flanville and killed any other species. However, the insanity of Faust ended with the collapse of Flanville. It was shot down by a weapon invented by humans, the spear shooter. It shoots spears. His beloved vehicle became his tomb. He should be satisfied with that. That's the end of my story. That's the super optional boss. Which we are super not doing. As much as I like dying horribly. I think I've had enough of that this time. I sure hope we can take the big bag, because if we can't, we are screwed. Although we do have access to cheats now, so that's nice. Hello, Charlet. Charlet? Whatever. You're scary. Yes, I did, Jimmy Jama. Successfully, in one attempt. Wait, hang on. Do you mean the guys I can't fight yet, or the Polter armor? Because I fought the Polter armor. Do you want me to give you a knuckle sandwich? Sorry, honey. So no, I haven't fought the bosses I'm incapable of fighting yet. Yeah, Charlotte is Malibu's older sister. Unfortunately, Von Falkenstein, as your diamond actually just said in chat a few minutes ago. So, even if I didn't remember, it's already been given away. Of course it can, Mr. Red. That seems like a dumb question. Depends on what you think human nature is, Mr. Red. Which is more of a philosophical question than anything else. I was actually thinking the same thing, Raven Zero. How's a moon serenade? Bit. Ah. Mega Elixir. Well. Mega High Ether? I've been using a guide for a while, so I'm not shy about that at this point. Honestly, it just sounds like there's no motivation to even bother trying, Gum Gum. Unless they are extremely well paid, which you have not said. I sure hope so, Zactaf, though I haven't looked. Oh, hey, here's the flashback. It seems reasonably well constructed, I guess, Final Cloud. There's two people now who've demanded we kill them. I mean, yeah, Haschel, it would have been nice to have him here for this, but whatever. This is just the beginning. We have 70 hours of gameplay left. Yeah, Miranda doesn't care about Shauna, let's be honest. Yeah, actually, honestly, I mean, I feel like I've commented on this before, but he has pretty good chemistry with Rose, and clearly the two of them have... Rose and Dart are clearly the main characters of the game. Shauna started out in a pretty good place, and then she just kind of started drifting more and more out of the narrative. Until she's basically gone. And she is currently gone. She's off being a plot coupon. I don't mean to sound unkind, but, you know... Yeah, I have to admit, going back to my earlier question, I think I would just remove Shauna from being playable entirely. Yeah, but there's a bit of a difference between Shauna and Eris there, or even Zero. Which I'm not going to say out loud, but, yeah. There are 4 Halo movies? Wow. Gotta get some character stuff for Miranda at the last second here. Okay, so Miranda's mother was literally physically abusive. That's horrible. You know, Haschel and Miranda are getting drunk. Glug, glug, glug. Glug, glug, glug. So we all drink up. And we're out. Without me, you cannot save the world, says Meru. I mean, you aren't part of my main party. I can't wait to be forced to not use you or Gigantos. That's going to be wonderful. I mean, we'll see. Sometimes games do that and they do really well with it. And then sometimes they don't. Breath of Fire 2, excuse me. Listen, Breath of Fire 2 is a fantastic, wonderful game, except when it's absolutely terrible. Get out of my party. I mean, at least they're getting experience in the back row. Imagine if they weren't. And Miranda. Ah! She's level 18. Or yeah, 8. It's even worse. I got this. Dunk. Uh-oh. It's the enemy. I mean, the Winglies. Damn it, Albert. Look, he needs to live so he can go back and marry the woman, the princess of the other kingdom. And when they have a child, that child will be an inheritor of 2 kingdoms, and they'll be able to merge the 2. That should be fun. Then she'll have to fight off 3 or 4 different usurper rebellions. Correct, SA2K. Chrono Trigger actually has a surprisingly complex formula for the back row getting experience. And there's ways to mess with it for challenge runs, which I only know of because of the level 1 tasks. I like my idea better, Raven Zero. Few usurpers and you've got 1 unified kingdom. Then I move in with my Wingly army and... You can watch it if you'd like to, but it's a 7-hour task on Falkenstein. Not sure I would recommend it. But the specific challenge I had was I had to beat Lavos with Chrono in the party at level 1. And everyone else had to be the minimal level possible. Now, there's actually been some math that has been done since then that has proven it's actually possible to be even lower level than I did. Not by much, but just by a little bit. The whole VOD is up on YouTube if you want to watch it. I don't see why not, Final Cloud. I will wield whatever I must to conquer this world. And, you know, help everyone out afterwards. First we unify, then we work on indoor plumbing. You know, it's a whole thing. Well, at about the midway point, von Falkenstein, there's actually an accessory called the wallet, which you may or may not be familiar with. What it does is converts all experience into gold. That thing is invaluable for that run. Also, I started to appreciate just how incredibly well built of a game Chrono Trigger is when I did that task. I want you to guess the last boss Chrono was very useful on in the level 1 task. Chrono, level 1. How far do you think he lasted before he stopped being useful?
Yes. Touch. Go. Crash dance.
I suppose there's several possible answers to that now that I'm thinking about it. So, the last time he was a substantial and significant part of the combat, part of the tactics, was the Mazmune fight in Mount Denadoro. Yep, no, I'm right. Which is quite a ways in. He was still useful to an extent as either an item bot or, in specific cases like Nizbel, quite a bit further in than that. But my point is, he was still a significant, relevant part of the strategy for a fairly decent chunk of the game, which is just astonishing to me. I have often theorized that Chrono Trigger was, to some extent or another, actually designed with a low-level playthrough in mind. Since by the time Chrono Trigger came out, low-level runs in Japan were actually pretty common. Immediately after you power up the necklace, Shala's necklace, it gives you access to all the Zeal chests and all the Zeal doors. There is a door in, I forget which one it is, but it's the northwesternmost. No! It's the northwesternmost dome in 2300 AD, and it's behind that door, along with a few other things. Adding that to the aggregate negative while we're here, because that drives me batty. But yeah, he can still be part of combos, and the way the formulas work means that he still does acceptable damage up to a certain point, because of the way that game calculates damage. Put simply, most bosses and enemies don't really have what you would consider defense in Chrono Trigger, not in the traditional sense. They have gimmicks, and they have, you know, weaknesses and strengths. And in some cases, they have, like, massive defense. Like Nizbel, you can't really do much against him until you to shock him, for example. But otherwise, most bosses just take damage. Now, at a certain point, the damage you're doing just isn't going to keep up, because they simply have too much health. Oh, hey, I think we got level 5. Yeah, I know Chrono Trigger probably about as well, or even more well, because I did a task of it, as Blue Wolf Alex knows this game.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds excessive, and you never actually answered my question, Dumbo. Or if you did, I missed it. Yep, there we are, level 5.
Alright. Yes. Go. Crash dance.
I'll summon the dragon. I'm just gonna wait for like a boss or something. Well, shoot, that goes up. I need to go down. I don't remember the path through this stupid place. I'm just kind of making it up as I go here. Yeah, this feels like the wrong way. Yeah. That's neat. Plug that over here. Back down. But yeah, most of us have that one game that we are extremely familiar with. I have a few. WoW. Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger. I'd probably stop there. Even games I speedrun, I'm not sure I know as in-depth as those ones.
Yes.
Civilization 2, also known as the game where you can kill an entire army if you get lucky. For those of you who are not aware of what I'm talking about, in Civ 2, if you had stacks of units on a single tile, and you destroyed one of them, they all died. And my god, that was a thing. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it was literally a bug. But, yeah, it meant going to war was an interesting affair. You could take advantage of it really well, because the AI would always stack. But it also meant going to war was kind of a thing. I guess bug isn't quite the right word, but flaw feels a bit more negative, but whatever. I'm gonna stick with flaw. No, if that's okay with you. Unwanted feature. Yeah. Also, what's your favorite tank, Diddy? Just while you're there. Because I admit I've always had a thing for the T-34s, but, you know.
Yes.
I mean, there's better tanks than the T-34 that are harder to maintain and harder and more expensive to produce and break down easier. I like good old reliable, you know what I mean? Then again, it's probably worth noting that the T-34 was also kind of a pile of crap. It was just mass-produced like crazy. What is that, an artillery tank? Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus, that's it, Gum Gum? Holy crap. Yikes. By the way, this section of my walkthrough actually says, go through Home of Gigantos, go through Valley of Corruption, go through Barrens, go into Flets. And it's just funny that it's literally just one sentence, and it's like, God, like 10, 15 minutes. of going through these dungeons again. Favorite plane? Ooh. Okay, first of all, I'll admit I've always had a fondness for just the DC-10, which isn't actually a combat plane. It's just something about that plane's always been kind of awesome to me. Like, for all that, I would not go through that crap for only 54 a year. Come, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, I was gonna say I'd probably go with the classic, which I forget which one it is, but I could look it up really quick. What do we got here? Yeah, I was gonna say I think it is the F-16, or maybe no. Hang on, is it the F-14?
Yes.
Hang on. You've just been looking for an image. That'll help. Yeah, no. The F-14 Tomcat. That is... Like, it's just such a classic for me. I know it's not that old. And I'm not even talking about from Top Gun. It's just, that is a pretty plane right there. I'd have to look up some names for the World War II era. What was it, the Stuka, I think? I don't remember. I don't remember names. There's like there's the British Hornet? No. Hang on. Let's pull up a list of names here, shall we? What do we got? That's a big list. What do we got here?
Yes. Go. Crack that.
No. Well, there is the classic Messerschmitt, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong. That's not what I was thinking of.
Yes. Go. Crack that.
Doesn't sound right. No, it's not the MiG. I recognize a MiG instantly. It is a Typhoon. What do you know? So we got the Kawasaki's, we've got the Messerschmitts, and we got the Typhoons from the World War II era.
Yes. Go. Crack that. Yes. Go. Crack that.
I don't know about Falkenstein. I'm actually not that into planes, so I don't know. You want to talk? You want to ask me about Star Wars fighters? I could talk about that all day. But real life World War II era, not that good. I'm not as good as Final Cloud, for example. Now, Final Cloud, he can answer you anything about World War II fighter planes. Just right now. Bam. Thank you for watching my show, Final Cloud. I will put that towards Parasite Eve. See, I thought my grandfather was a turret guy in one of the old Boeings. Turns out that was a lie. I only found that out a couple years ago. My dad actually found out about that. Now, he was in World War II. He was one of the people on loan to Britain. And he was actually part of the Air Force, but he was a mechanic. I don't know why you'd have to lie about that. That's, I mean, tons of respect, you know. How did you... Well, okay, whatever. I think the 110 is the one I'm thinking of on Falkenstein. Yeah, exactly, Bragwin. Flight mechanic? Hell yeah. That's a hard and dangerous and necessary job. But then again, unlike some people, I actually respect the people behind the camera, you know? Actually, funny enough, my great-grandfather on the other side of my family was part of a PT boat crew back out in the Pacific Theater. He was one of the only... I think I've told this story before. He's one of the only people on that ship who actually had the ability to swim. He knew how to swim. And so he and the other... When the ship sank, he and the others grabbed people and carried them to shore. He got a medal for that. And I've actually seen that medal in person myself. I think I've told this story before because that particular great-grandfather is arguably what jump-started my interest in war history. I do not, Loner. I gotta ask. Mute myself. There, ask Mom. She might know. Well, I probably would Zach Taft, but if I had to pick one... God, I can't think of his name. Give me a second. I would probably go with... Give me a second. Belisarius. I had to pick one. I know that's cheating, and I don't care. I was actually thinking Africanus as my other choice, but I mean, Belisarius, come on. Thank you very much, Sean. Very much appreciate the sub. Thank you. I'll put that towards SMRPG. I know Von Falkenstein. You got a problem with it? And then I beat the crap out of Von Falkenstein. For like 3 hours solid, just... There we go. Alright, now that we've all accepted that. Belisarius. My grandparents, who are still alive, were young in World War II. My grandmother learned all she knows about being careful and frugal from the rationing they had to go through at the time. Yeah, my family's long-lived. I probably got another 60-plus years in me, easy. I can't zoom out. I can't zoom out. It won't let me. I was going to zoom out. It won't let me. What's the Super Dreadnought? Not the Bismarck, the Japanese one. The Yamato, there you go. Probably the only ad I remember fondly from World of Ships. You can bomb the Yamato, attack the Yamato, ram the Yamato, and finally sink the Yamato!
Yes!
Okay, so they were there. How the hell? That's one heck of it. That's pretty much trying to go from the Red Sea to the Mediterranean, Narset. Absolutely, Mr. Red. The Yamato is one of the more famous ships in World War II. Kind of up there with the Bismarck. Which, by the way, is actually a very pretty ship, I gotta say. I mean, that was a thing they used to do in real life, Narset, so who knows. I admittedly find more fascinating reading about the build-up to the Great War than the Great War itself, personally, as I2K. The Great War was just an unmitigated mess. But it also completely changed history henceforth, so, you know. Seminal. That is the Seminal War for our modern times. How do they recognize him after 20 years? Jeez. Well, if you want to study the buildup of World War II, you just study the Great War. Sorry. I know, right, Raven Zero? Apropos, in hindsight. What are we doing here? The Treaty of Versailles was so stupid. I did a paper on how stupid it was in grade school. That's how... Even when I was that young and that stupid, I could still look at that and be like, wow, that's really dumb. I don't know who that is, Zach Taft. I'm sorry. Explain. Yeah, let me explain all the plot that we've learned up to this point in the game. Well, listen, Germany had to pay France because France had to pay Britain because Britain had to pay the United States. Actually, I forget the exact chain. It was a chain of reparations, and it was stupid. Well, not, excuse me. It was a chain of debt, which led to reparations. Sounds like you're training the N7s, Gum Gum. Because the N7s also have an absolutely stupidly ridiculous thing in order to qualify. Alright, I'll go see your dead kid. And we're out. Okay, so... what else we got here? Yep, all the guilt. Yep. And cheat! Ah, there we go. Hey, I got her all her stuff. Her kid's fine. Whoops. Shoot. Ah, that's the half thing. Well, that explains that. I was curious what a War God's calling was. Yep, Stardust is the only way. Screw you. I did, Zucktaft. Just don't have my dad do it. It's a little irritating to navigate, but I can see the appeal. It only feels like a random fisher town in the middle of nowhere. They made the comment, we sleep and we fish, and that's about it. And it's like, yeah, no, that sounds about right. That structure could never be made with human technology. Have you seen your ship, dude? Magic, death, and law. It's time to go to the Magic City. I have to admit, I have a certain fondness for just the aesthetics of World War II ships, battleships. They just look cool to me. That's why I kind of kept dancing around the Bismarck, because the Bismarck looks really cool. Looked? Whatever. By the way, in case you missed that, those with weak magical power were not allowed to be born. Do you think they just terminated them in the womb or immediately after? And which is worse? I thought about playing it, but it doesn't really have any content for me if I'm Falkenstein. I'm not into PvP, and I never have been. Well, that's not fair. But I haven't been in a long time. There was a... I actually did a paper on this one guy in the United States. I can't remember his name now, forgive me. And he was one of the people really pushing for there to be an Air Force. It was around the Great War. And he was basically trying to demonstrate what an Air Force could do. And the Navy was like, nah, you suck, you're dumb, you suck. So he sent out a couple of fighter pilots with some bombs and sunk one of their big ships in a demonstration. You know, an official demonstration. It was a ship they were going to scuttle anyways. Yeah. The funny thing is, the guy in question, and again, I can't think of his name, he was actually just a lunatic. Mitchell. That sounds right. Mitchell. He was just... whoo, he had crazies in the head. But he's one of the biggest reasons why the United States had an Air Force when it did. And yeah, he's what really pushed the idea of carriers. No, I did not SA2. We're being watched. No. It's me. Oh, we're gonna have a boss. Not here. After the next dungeon. It's been a while. Well, that's not terrifying looking. Yeah, welcome to the chasm, guys. How do we get into that magical city? Okay, good to know. We don't talk about the Paris gun. I feel like I've already answered you, Gum Gum, so I'm just going to repeat myself. It sounds like a whole lot of way too extreme stuff for way too little reward. For designing the absolute highest end of the elite, not general military. They have to have absolutely crazy casualty numbers, or percentage, excuse me, and probably no one actually volunteering to do it. But no, fine, game, fine. Watch this entire animation again. Hands off. No, this game has a problem a lot of RPGs have. It's very simple. So, it's a game where either tapping or holding the button speeds up the rendering of the text. So, like, text bubble pops up, and then you hit the A, so the text finishes, and then you hit A a second time. So every time you're reading any given text bubble, there's 2 button presses, okay? However, in games that do this, like this one, there's this thing where for any time there's a choice, there's no initial press. Instead, it just renders instantly regardless, so the initial press then becomes the choice, which is whatever the default is, which is usually whatever you don't want. If you've ever seen me go to a store and say, nope, I don't want to buy anything, it's because of that. Then I have to talk to him a second time and just wait a second and then hit down and yes. Oh yeah, Albert's still in the party. And so is Miranda. Yeah, the Christmas truth is one of the reasons I say humankind is not innately horrible. The commanders who forced artillery bombardments in order to end the Christmas truce are probably why most people say humanity is innately horrible. The sea's closed. We're stuck. Rough. It's rough. Rough. I forgot the rest of the speech piece. Ruff has never seen it, doesn't know. Show it to Ruff. It should be rough stuff, Ruff. Miranda. Ruff is cute, then you are all not cute. The Rose is exception. Ruff is going. Ruff. Yeah, one of the first challenges I had when it came to designing my setting was identifying my setting's Great War. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean? Well, it is my amateur opinion that, as I said earlier, the Great War was a seminal event. And as a consequence, was the kind of thing that utterly and permanently changed human history henceforth. In extant, that would actually be the War of Annihilation, which I've been rewriting a little bit in my head recently, just for fun. Well, originally, if you'll remember Savicom, which I would not blame you if you didn't, the War of Annihilation ended with the total destruction of the consumers because none of them would surrender. I've restructured that a little bit. So, I realized that it would still fit the overall structure if the Devourer was actually the anti-Empire, basically. That he had been absorbing the energy and power of so many different planets and worlds and stretching out throughout the local sector, which is filled with inhabited life, most of whom hadn't actually reached out to the stars yet, and basically forming his own little small empire, his burgeoning empire into the stars. So what this means is, instead of, this horrific war that, we had to wipe them all out because of that, instead it's more along the lines of, once we manage to reach out to them, and stop killing people who aren't actually our enemies, the enslaved, and then we actually go ahead and, defeat him. That means that's basically the method by which all those races are introduced into the Concordat of sentient life. Which is, it was kind of a question that was just sitting there in the back of my mind, because in between that incident and the Elven Civil War, there's several races that got introduced into the Concordat. And a lot of my stories begin with the question of why? Why does this happen? How does this happen? So, like I said, I decided to bake that into the War of Annihilation.
Yes.
I mean, it was already the thing that led to the militarization of the Concordat. Hello, Mendekler. As well as the formal ratification of humanity and the Azimbi as a galactic power. He's a guy, Zach Taft. That's all I know. The Great War in the Star Wars universe? Exar Kun. Easy answer. We were actually talking about that during the tour run. While there is history in the EU prior to Exar Kun's Crusades and the Sith War, the Great Sith War, there was just... that was such a game changer for so many reasons. It was one of the earliest times the Sith really had an influence on galactic politics. It completely changed how the Republic operated, both militarily and with regards to its Jedi. It overhauled the Jedi themselves and left them completely unprepared for what was immediately to follow, which was the Mandalorian Wars, followed immediately by the Jedi Civil War. Yeah, no. Exar Kun. Easy answer. Also, arguably, most of Star Wars... we've talked before about how Star Wars... Correct, Mendekler. We've talked about how Star Wars just kind of goes in cycles. That's the in-universe explanation for why tech doesn't really change all that much over time. And it is a bit of a arsehole, let's be honest. But that pattern, the nature of how Star Wars functions with galactic wars and ships and empires and Sith and Jedi and Republic, that didn't really get going until Kuhn. Star Trek's is easy. Well, actually, let me think about that for a second. Because I just debated myself.
Go! Crash dance!
I mean, I suppose the easy answer is the Vulcan moment, first contact. Like, I call it that for a reason. It's an entire Lorian because of how important the Vulcan moment is. Whoops. Ah, whatever. Oh, many Siths. Many.
Yes!
Yeah, first contact led to Star Trek. Humankind was on the verge. It was basically in a post-apocalypse when the Vulcans came by, and first contact happened, and the Vulcan moment happened. And the unparalleled union of both the Vulcans and the humans led to everything afterwards, including the founding of the Federation during Enterprise and many other things. So I'm going to have to go with first contact. That was my first thought. If I had to pick one after that... I'd have to think about that. Although the first Klingon War and the first Romulan War are probably relevant there, but neither of them are nearly as big or as impacting. Honestly, though, the other big one, Wolf 359. I've said it before and I've said it again. Star Trek in-universe and out-of-universe changed at Wolf 359. So Fewy says few and Ruffy says rough. I think there's a trend here. No. Valiant effort, but I give you an F minus minus. Enterprise finally got good. The plug was pulled. Where am I going? Yeah, the Dominion War was a biggie. In fact, it's actually the biggest war that has ever happened in Star Trek history. Seriously. Unless you count some ancient war that, you know, is only mentioned in one episode. You know, when we say, oh, the ruins of this ancient war. You know, that's about it. You mean the franchise or in-universe, Mr. Red? Either way, yes. You know what? Hang on a second. I'll never forgive USA 2K for daring to talk to me about Star Trek. But yeah, the Dominion War was gargantuan. Nothing has ever come close to Dominion War. In terms of impact and scale. I don't actually know, Zach Taft. I'm not that familiar with, what do they call that? Non-officers ranks or whatever? Oh, we're up to 97 on Crush Dance. Whoops. Just kind of mindlessly doing those. Don't mind me. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All these magical creatures. It's Spino. Don't be mean, Pino. It's just a message, Pino. It's Rose, Pino. You were in the mirror, Rose, Pino. It's the Rose who got friends and is in the mirror, Pino. Stop speaking in riddles. Don't be mean, Savin said. Zenebatos, which governs the rightful law, has lost its reason, and Mayfill, which governs over noble death, has been toyed with by devils from the infernal world. Magic is deteriorating and cannot prevent the invasion by monsters anymore. Interesting. I have a theory, Zactap, but I'm not sure. No, Gum Gum! What kind of sane organization would ever have that horrible of a training regime? Yeah, I said it. No, the Empire actually cares about its people. That's part of the point. Besides, most of the Imperial military is naval. Yep, thousands of years they've been watching Rose, which is a little creepy when you think about it. I said the Empire, not the Galactic Empire, SA2K. This is when SA2K says, I don't know what the Empire is, and then I get very sad. It's okay, I don't blame you, SA2K.
Yes! Go! 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 Moon strike!
Jeez Louise. Does some decent damage, though. Capital T, capital E. Oh, and what is the Imperial military salary? Considering they don't have economics in the strictest sense of the word, that's a hard answer. Hard question to answer, but you know. So, worst regime in fiction. My first thought is the Ancient Elves from Dragon Age, which are just wow.
Yes! Go!
They reach an extreme of neglect that's hard to surpass.
Moon strike!
Other than that, I'd probably go with the Dark Eldar, if you even count them, which I don't, for record, over in Warhammer 40k. Then probably the Reavers in Firefly. Hey guys, SA2K just called my Empire nonsense.
Go! Go! Moon
I leave you with that knowledge. You know what? Let's just accomplish this. As for the worst training, Mr. Red, honestly, N7 comes to mind immediately. What they put them through is so stupid that I actually don't believe that Shepard went through it. Yeah, exactly, Dakota. They're like, here, it's a classic example of disconnect in lore. I bet the people who wrote the world building of the N7 training had nothing to do with the people who actually wrote the games.
Yes. Gus. Test. Gus.
Yeah, the Dark Eldar. I'm not. We here at the Lore Walkers are not in favor of genocide, but every Dark Eldar should die. Lol, Dragoon. What, your Marine training or real-life Marine training? I don't know much about real-life Marine training, admittedly. Not anymore. I actually had a friend in the Marines. This is many years ago. She was pretty cool. But I haven't talked to her in a long time. Your training sounds horrible, and I've already said this. You wouldn't have a lot of people volunteering for it, and you wouldn't have a lot of people surviving it. So what you're going to have is a system that's going to break down the people who manage to go through it, which is already a small number, of a small number. You're going to have like 5 a year. Please tell me that's not Savan. Oh, thank God, he's humanoid. I hate all these weird, creepy aliens. God. Give me something human with makeup. Jesus. Thank you very much, Vigilant. As always, sir. Appreciate. Cute. For the record, that's not me, Vigilant, to be clear. Like, I will delete comments unabashedly and unashamedly. But, whatever you're posting is not something I'm deleting. I know what you meant, Vigilant. I'm just clarifying. Just in case you thought I was deleting. I know everything. God, it's Shinra! Yes, that sounds amazingly untenable, Gumpkin. No wonder Kyria is constantly losing every war they're in. Jesus Christ. Sure thing, Mr. Ed. Yes, we must have the psychedelic bomb. Honestly, I'm amazed 1,000 people sign up for that Gum Gum. Really. I am blown away, but is that a large of a number? Hi, King Dunlop. Actually, there hasn't really been a lot of cutscene incompetence. Most of it has been more an obvious limitation of system, which can't show multiple events at the same time, than actual cutscene incompetence. So, points there. Or rather, lack of negative points there. I like this. They're like, you have courage? He's like, no, look, I need yours. But you have courage? No, I need yours. Jesus Christ. I already said this. David had left me. Jeez Louise, let me cross the frickin' magic bridge already. God. No, Jesse's mask. It's okay, we're color-coded. For your convenience. Apparently they weren't color-coded in development. And they decided to change that kind of in mid-stride. Courage. Black Rose. The ultimate edge. I'm kidding. And please move. Thank you. Whew. Yeah, it's almost like I know how to use logic, Gum Gum. I mean, I know I'm an idiot, but I didn't think I was that stupid. For Christ's sakes. Fine, what? Kongo on drugs. Seems it's just us. Why don't we fight for starters? Are you scared because you lost many times, or is it cheap pride of a Giganto that's stopping you? Kongo and Rose changed. Rose doesn't say such things. You are not Rose. I like how Kongo just immediately is like, no. Don't tell me you're buddying up with your enemy. I'd rather not, Final Cloud, no. Also, I'm not even sure what that would be. Actually, I do know exactly what that would involve. Tell you what, if I cheat, I'll do a 100% run. How's that sound? When you found the leader who replaced me, I take your sword. Emperor Dole, Kongo got new feeling. Kongo found new friends. Intention of Emperor Dole is in Kongo. Kongo won't avoid Emperor Dole. Lulu's the Sithis right there. Next. Time to see Miranda's. Dying of depression. Let's see you give me a challenge. Let's get it over with. Don't be so hasty, Uck. Miranda, you are hasty, have a short temper, and are hopelessly annoying. You really have a short temper. Ugh. I have a question for annoying Miranda. Why are you here? Let's hear on Dakota. I asked the wrong question. All were right. Buckle lost. Miranda won. Ugh. I lost so that Buckle die. What are you talking about? Without Buckle, this space cannot exist. You die too, Miranda. Buckle, answer me. You still don't understand? Buckle and Miranda died. Don't tell me I died. I'm still alive. Look, I still have my hands and feet. That's how I can tell I'm alive. To die is to vanish. Now Miranda vanishes. Same as Buckle. What trick is this? What'd you do with my body? Miranda has done enough. So that you vanish with Buckle. Are you scared? Afraid? Want to cry? Cannot die now. Haven't done anything yet. Ain't that the truth? Cannot die if terror remains. Miranda's revived. Buckle revived too. Up. With the power of friendship, Zach Taft. Hopefully. Although we won't be killing God this time. Just a bald idiot. Alright, Albert, what do you got? It's an emergency. Mr. Noish. I was called by Mr. Savant. Sardio's in danger. The mysterious Eastern tribe is deploying... Hey, the Eastern tribe from off the map. Deploying an army around the border. In cowardice, they took advantage of your absence. Return to Indal's castle at once. Your people are waiting for you to come back, Your Majesty. No. You moron. Why? I am a Dragoon before I'm a king. Also, you can lead the country without me, and also our military already just kind of got wrecked by the last civil war, so honestly, if they really are invading, we're just screwed. I'm a shapeshifter at the masquerade. Making cruel choices is the responsibility of a king. Alright, Meru, what do you got? Boring. Bardale? I came back from the infernal world to get revenge. You interrupted me, Guaraha? 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 Whatever. Fiancé man. You would come back to settle the matter of the sister after the journey, so you cannot die here. Make amends with your death! My sister admired you. How can you still live after taking the life of my sister? I still cannot... I cannot die! Bloop, bloop, bloop. 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 Like one person in chat might get that reference. Death does not make amends. Ain't that the truth? Death prevents further. Doesn't make things better. Alright, Haschel. What do you got? Ugh. Completion of magic requires both the material and the heart of the person who uses it. It's like raising disciples. God, I hope so, Zactaft. Here he is, being a terrible father. Again. We've actually already seen this flashback, although with dialogue last time. I imagine most of my viewers are skipping the next game, honestly. Wouldn't blame you. And Claire left. You can erase all your memories and go back to that moment. Could you stop, Claire? Type in upcoming, Mr. Red. Exclamation point upcoming. We're in chapter. We're in disc 4, Royting. Hmm? curious why something called a psychedelic bomb requires, you know, courage. And now Cloud Dart is being forced to kill his one true love. Get Adam Party.
Yes! Gus! Touch! Gus! Gus! Moon strike! Yes! Gus! Touch! Gus! Gus! Moon strike!
Just realized something. Sounds like orcs, Zactaft. Yes, commissars are evil. I get it, Gumbo. God, you keep reiterating this. Sorry, I'm messing.
Yes! Gus! Touch! Gus! Gus! Moon strike!
Seriously though, no, that doesn't make sense to me. That just sounds like nonsense. It sounds like the British's approach to military. Circa 1600s. I think in terms of game design, the point of this is to be a maze with all the teleportals. Standing in a line in bright red uniforms in broad daylight, only firing when you're allowed to, Gum Gum. I am being facetious. Gum Gum likes to talk about their setting a lot. In fact, that's basically all Gum Gum talks about. So I tend to respond to them because I'm not a dick. So we did it right, because we got the Bomb X, which is a repeatable attack item. So we can finally get rid of our... That's why I made room earlier with the fire thing I just used. But in all seriousness, it sounds like you're trying to inflict order upon a battlefield. Also, morale? What does using an enemy weapon have anything to do with morale? I'm gonna blow that. It's taking up all my room. Other than all these repeat items. God, I'm running out of room because I have so many repeat items. I'll use all those. They actually say why there's enemies here, so that's probably one of the first explanations in the game, although they still don't say what monsters are, just why monsters have invaded the city. But that's something. Yeah, no, well, okay, fine, here. Get some free XP.
Yes! Gush! Test! Gush! Gush! Moon strike!
No, we got speed up and power down. They're right there. You're affecting morale. That's a good one, Gum Gum. Excuse me, you're not using the appropriate number 3 pencil with the green highlighting? You're hurting the company morale. Why aren't you using the right item? Sorry. Wow. Damn it, and my inventory's full again. Yeah, for some reason, one of the voices I do that people are most fond of is what I call my gnomish voice, which you just heard. I can vary it a little bit. Oh my god! I believe that under the right circumstances, we can defeat the upcoming boss. I sure hope so, because we haven't been able to save since we got the psychedelic bomb. It might be pretty bad. Only time will tell. Let's get the hell out of Dodge! I'm gonna stop doing the gnome voice now. No, there's actually a slight variance. I have to actually exhale while doing the gnome voice to do Varangi, because then hang on. Give me a second. I think I'm too dry.
Quark! Quark! Where's my beetle stuff?
Oh, hey, a save point. Oh, sorry, what I mean is...
Oh, hey, a save point! You know, you make a very attractive save point.
Yeah, that one's kind of hard to do. You know Zek would try to hit on the save point. You know he would. Boss time. Got 1 billion health. Roughly. Hi, I'm the last Kraken. Nice to meet you. Don't worry, guys. Like, I love this. They're all talking about how they don't need the boss anymore, and the signet isn't necessary anymore because they're activating Moot, which they've been talking about since the beginning of this dungeon. And like, it'll be cool. This is all gonna work exactly according to plan. That was a poor introduction of me, is what Zeke just said. Zeke, are you saying the 10,000 years of rest brought you magic power? Yes, isn't it an astonishing evolution? Eventually I will go beyond everything. Father, tell me, why do you need to annihilate the world? 'Cause it is the intention of the Creator, and now it is my intention as well. Muahaha. Dart, are you not only pointing a sword at your own father, but also pointing a sword against Soa, who created you? Sivan, don't you think it's a waste to stop the birth of a god by disobeying the intention of Soa? You are all silly. Love this dialogue. You're all silly. It seems the moon mirror that Lloyd struggled to get was not necessary. Go, last Kraken. Knock them all down.
I'll use my gnome voice for Zeke, because he's the final boss. And you just know a gnome would be the final boss.
Alright. First and foremost. So who wants to see a dragon? Been holding on to this for like 3 hours now. God, that's hardly any damage. Wow.
Excuse me, sire. You're affecting morale by using an enemy's weapon.
Meteor strike!
Sir, I dropped my grenade somewhere over there, I think. I'm not sure. Have you seen my grenade, sir?
Oh, I can't. I don't even have enough mana to do the actual main attack. Fine, whatever. You know, I bet this is going to do more damage than the dragon did. I was actually reading somewhere that by the time you get the dragons, they've just fallen behind in damage output, damage return. Especially given how long they take. It's like the opposite of the Knights of the Round problem. Look at that. God! I blame von Falkenstein for that. But thank you, nevertheless, for the sub that I was confused by when I was reading it. Thank you, von Falkenstein. Also, I don't think Heroes of Might and Magic's actually funded. And I am correct, it's not even halfway funded. Hit F5, von Falkenstein? Or Control F might also be able to help you with that. It's gone, Sinister Wing! God. Never to be seen again. Okay. I just wanted to verify. Near a crowd. I mean, automata. AKA, we're gonna play the whole game again for no reason. Ready this time. Me neither, G-Juice. I don't know what to tell you on that one, von Falkenstein. Like, none of the changes I've done to the website anytime recently should alter that. I think I might finally dump the Pandemonium item. I don't really have a lot of use for it at this point, and it's taking up valuable space. No, I haven't, Narset, and I'm not going to because this is a water creature. That does sound extremely whack job. I have every question. What dimension do they exist in at that point? Because it's not this one. A flat planet does not work in real life. I hate to just drop that, but yeah, no, it does not work. Oh, sure, now you summon ads. Thought I killed half y'all. I would agree with that, von Falkenstein. Completely. Honestly, I would probably think of Nier Automata a lot more positively if not for the second playthrough. The B run. That's when the game really loses me. Exactly, Juju's. Well, that sucked. Huh. As you command, my lord, Zaktuft. Jedis die. Well, I have one left. Note, if you're using an emulator, the game has a chance to crash on this fight. That's cute. Damn it. It's the best game ever, Dalton James. Amazing, perfect game. Don't kill me. Oh god, don't kill me, Dalton James, please. Also, I'm gonna blow another of these. Top off. Sure, that makes sense. Thankfully, we don't have that issue on the PS3 version, because I didn't know about that before I started, you know, dragooning up. Well, let's get a perfect combo in here that I don't have to input for. Goodness. Shoot. I wonder what his health is left. See if we can actually get a hit in here. Nope. Oh, no, I did. Oh, God. Mr. Red, are you a flat earther? Because if you are, we need to kill you. Immediately. For lying, because you're not a flat earther. Don't lie to me, Mr. Red. So I don't like Yoko Taro in general, Dalton James. So that's problem number one. Not my thing, right? Problem number two is the fact that the second ending, you know, Route B, way too arduous. IMO. Extremely unlikely, Tony Schaefer.
Yes. Gus. Gus. Moon strike.
Oh my god, I'm never gonna kill this stupid thing. Like, I'm out of big hits, so this is just kind of sucking. So you are a flat earther, Mr. Red. Alright, guys. Well, you know what that means. Damn it. It's gonna suck. That's what it means. That's gonna pop this. Let's see, I may actually legit die to this frickin' boss. Because I blew all my damage up. It's a 10,000 health boss. Which is just insanity. Heal up a bit here. And for the hell of it.
Diamond dust.
5 damage. Just as well. Just, or almost. Whatever. I'm never gonna kill this thing.
Yes. Go. Test. Go. Go. Moon strike.
I mean, they're in space, Gum Gum. They'd better be better. Water. Yeah. Boss health plus boss music is a negative. And if I'm being 100% honest, it should be more than one negative. But I'm trying to be nice to this game. What? I actually have to kill the ads to... You gotta be kidding me. But yeah, this song right here is a 51-second loop for a boss fight that has so far lasted 12 minutes.
Yes.
Think about that.
Go. Test. Go. Go. Moon strike.
You know, just some healing it. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's actually just called the military Gum Gum.
Go. Test. Go. Go.
That's true, we talked about how Mr. Red isn't a flat earther. Because he's not. Actually, I might be thinking of another boss song. We actually, during a previous run, I think it was yesterday, someone looked up one of the boss songs, and it was a 51-second loop. That might not have been this one. That might have been another one. Yeah, I know Blue Wolf Alex is going to hate me for this, but I really do need to give an additional negative to this. I really do. What the? It's weird. Okay, whatever. Gotta get rid of this one. I'm not exactly under-leveled or under-equipped here, either. In fact, I'm pretty up-to-date on my additions. Yes, we won. The enemy successfully destroyed the seal and killed one of our allies. Ooh, victory. Where are we at? We're only up to 15. That's my fault. Where's she at? 14, yeah, nowhere. Where's he at? 18. Again, nowhere. One of the first things I was impressed by was their approach to cutscenes. GG's. It was legit good. In fact, I'm probably going to go ahead and give a second positive to that. In the end, for consistent, good storyboarding, basically. You know what? Let's sit down. Let's really just... Let's let out all the baggage and give every negative and a few positives. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure The Last of Us 2 is going to earn plenty of negatives without my help. We'll see, Dalton James. We'll see. So we're up to 5 negatives there, 4 positives there. I'm codifying the Shauna negative, by the way. Because I don't feel like I need to explain it, really. Shauna is just really not well done in this game. Like, she's cool in Disc 1, and then she goes downhill, and then she never gets better, and then she's kicked out of the party, and then she becomes a MacGuffin, and it's just... What were you thinking? However, that does put us up to that many story positives. Oh, I'm wrong. I am wrong. We're actually up to that many story positives. There we go. Okay. The only thing I'm still debating at this point is I've got a pseudo-aggregate I'm building for a negative to gameplay, but I don't really have much else to add to it. And the 11,000 years thing. Otherwise, we're up to date on the rating. And you're exactly right, Zach Taft. We will have the exact same chat rules we always have for Last of Us 2. Because that's how I roll. If I'm streaming My Little Pony, talking about Star Trek, playing Mega Man, or Last of Us 2, doesn't matter. Don't be a dick. Rule 1. probably the Imperium Republic. Yeah, you haven't been there, and I know why, Savacom. It's okay, I don't blame you for secretly not liking me or my show or my poems. But it's okay. It's only Season 4, aka some of the best stuff. Alright, I have an item now. It's only the second time I've forgotten. What does this do? Yeah, no, I'm gonna just delete that stupid thing. Gum gum. Ah, it's a taunt. Gotcha. And it's taunt that's only good against minor enemies. That is legitimately useless at the point I'm at here. I'm gonna toss the hell out of that. Well, I know you've been going through some drama, Savacoms. Hopefully that's gonna settle soon. Because if not, I'm gonna have to show up with Frostborn, and God, I'm just not in the mood. I've got a headache. I have another stream today, too. Whoops. Wrong one. Ah, that was it. A heavy bureaucracy. Isn't that what I called it, Gum Gum? Something like that. Well, unfortunately, my sword is in the living room right now. Buckle! You are still annoying, Miranda. Are other people safe? Don't say anything. Savan died. Buckle and other creatures cannot live. Can't we do something for you? Can't you be saved with a Dragoon's power? Answer me! Be quiet. Good night. I've thought about it, Funnel Cloud. I've also thought about just preventing... Because I can turn off comments for a specific video. I'm also probably just going to play on the easiest difficulty just to get through it as quickly as possible. I know that you're probably thinking, of course you're playing on easiest. It's you, Laura, and you're pathetic and terrible. But no, I usually actually have a fairly decent and involved thought process going into what difficulty I play in a specific game. And we're going to crank that one down. Just to get it over with. Fortunately or not, Last of Us 2 does appear to have a pretty decent difficulty system. So that'll probably be a positive. I would totally go for Five Guys. Although, ironically, I actually do have burger fixings in my fridge right now. I cooked some onions and mushrooms, and I added a little bit of garlic and Worcester sauce to see what that did to it. And it turned out really good. I basically just put the leftovers in a bin, and I've been adding them to things bit by bit over the last couple of days. No, Zactaf. I think we're going to go ahead and do things in the order that has been suggested to me many times. Basically, production order. 1, 2, 3, 4, odds to reach, something like that. I forget it right now, please forgive me, but you know what I mean. In other words, we're not going to start with reach. Oh, I will, Mr. Red, I guarantee you. You know, once upon a time I did a review on Mass Effect Andromeda. I think that was before you had joined the show, Mr. Red. This is a while ago, which is my point. Even several years ago, when I did the Mass Effect Andromeda review, I got hate because I said it wasn't that bad, and I got hate because I said it wasn't that good. I'm not making that up. Thank you, Final Cloud. Real, for real. I like to think every now and again that I'm actually decent at video games. Call it a pride thing if you want. Oh, I have no idea, Gum Gum. Yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda is pretty average. I got so much bile over that. This is the worst game. God, what's wrong with you? How dare you say anything? You're just a BioWare shill, etc., etc. Meanwhile, in the exact same VOD, ugh, how dare you say anything bad about this game? You have unreasonable expectations. I don't know what's wrong with you. Why can't you recognize the quality of this game? This game's better than Mass Effect 2 in every way. I've only beaten Ninja Gaiden twice. Without cheats. Once back in the NES and once for the then and now. That was a nightmare too. I did it. I've also beaten Mike Tyson once. I've actually gone back to try and replicate that and have failed at it. But not recently. The most recent time I tried that would have been like 2010. But yeah, about a decade ago. God, that 2010 does not feel like 10 years ago. It feels like yesterday. No, I've definitely never seen the original blindfold speedrun of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, which was in 2012. God. I actually was following Sinister One and his blindfold endeavors with that. Zallard then took it up after him, but God. I mean, nowadays, they've beaten the whole game and Super Punch-Out and the Wii Punch-Out blindfolded. But, I gotta tell you, when I first saw, it was Sinister One, and this was the 2013 AGDQ Punch-Out. He had been doing a lot of practicing and a lot of work, but he'd never actually accomplished it. And he managed to get all the way to Tyson blindfold. And it was the first time he'd ever done that, and it was live on camera. And you could tell his reactions were just a joy to watch. Holy crap. Like, when he actually managed to pull down... So, Bald Bull 2 is actually arguably the hardest boss in that game. That isn't Mike Tyson. For real. Bald Bull 2 is a nightmare, and very specifically coded, too. And so, he, you know, when he managed that one, he was just... like, there's just this shock on his face. Like, he couldn't actually believe it. It was great. Anyways, I should stop gushing about good video games. I apologize. The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us 2 reunion. No, Mr. Red. But it's worth noting that Mike Tyson fight was basically cheating. So, to explain that a little bit, his first phase, he winks and then punches, right? Now that's a one-hit KO for those of you who haven't fought it. It knocks you down. The end. After the first two, it's actually very difficult to get up at all. After the third one, you just straight up lose, because TKO. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that sounds like cheating. That's just Dark Souls at that point. No, what's cheating is the frame timing on it is variable. No other encounter in all of Punch-Out has that. If you were to count frames, if you had task timing, you could count every punch exactly the same every time they throw it. Mike Tyson has an RNG factor. So, you need to dodge extremely precisely. Now, that's just to live. You also need to manage a counterattack, which means you actually need to be dodging early so that you're coming back by the time the punch is still actually on the screen. So you need to randomly have your timing correct early in order to dodge and then get a counterattack in. And don't go full tilt for the counterattack, otherwise he will wreck your face. That's phase 1. That's the easy phase. That's literally the skill barrier. The should you be fighting this boss, yes or no? If you manage to pass that check, then you actually get to the real fight, which is much harder. So yeah, no, nothing in Wii Punch-Out is that hard. Now, Wii Punch-Out is a good game. In fact, I would say it's a much better game. And, yeah, it is also pretty mean. Wii Punch-Out is not an easy game at all. Like, the first round through, you know, it's pretty decent. But when you do the championship round with everyone buffed, oh. Most people who start up the champion mode in the Wii Punch-Out immediately lose to Glass Joe. And I feel like that's all I need to say about it. I don't think Iron Man likes anyone. What? I was about to say, what? Absolutely, Mr. Red. Ah, Soda Pumpinski. That's a fun one. And very hard. I keep waiting for Wii Punch-Out to be ported to something other than the Wii, because it's a really good game that's stuck on the Wii. Which I can actually name several games that are very good games that are stuck on the Wii. Can we have our port to Nintendo? I will buy the game again. Money? Does that motivate you, you morons? God. No, the motion controls don't hinder it at all. It's just it's on the Wii, which is irritating to play. Disco Kid? Gum Gum? Or, no, you mean Super Macho Man. I wish I had that kind of body. No joke. But I don't. I have Bald Bull's body. No, I'm serious. If I could lose my gut and, you know, was actually was more muscular than I currently am, I would look like Bald Bull in the Wii one. Obviously, minus the head. I forget who. One of my friends was like, "No, you're not," and so I started doing poses that are identical to his poses in the Punch-Out, and they were like, "Holy crap!" And I was like, "Yeah, that is my body type right there." Wee. If I could get rid of this. Oh, Sandman was fun, though. I hope so, too, Zoctaft. We'll see, I guess. So far, I've been hearing good things about the Master Chief Collection. Why have you offended me, SO2K? Wait a minute. Are you one of them? I'll see you Sunday, dude. Warning, warning. Many warnings. Zenibatos is under martial law. Leave the city at once. Warning. Invaded by humans. Take shelter in Cadessa promptly. Warning. 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 Ah, the Irish guy. That would be, oh, God. They made him completely insane in the Wii Punch-Out. He's actually from Super. Aaron Ryan. That's it. Hello? I am Kulon. Taxi. Yep, I'm playing it right now, G-Juice, in my mind. So this is our airship, right? Like, this is the freedom moment. So we can go do the Ancient Dragoons. We did Polter Armor. We could go buy some legendary casks. We could do Faust, which we're not doing. Where do I buy the legendary casks? The armor. The 10,000 gold armor. Lohan, thank you. It really is. He wasn't kidding. This is the FF10 style. I'm just looking at a list here, Narset. I don't know. Yeah, Piston Hondo. Please. Right. Come on. So where is this vendor? Just ask in advance. Weapon shop. Ah! I remember where that is. Why not, Gun? Yes, we have to switch discs because they had so much stuff crammed on everything. Oh, thank goodness, Narset. Whew, I was worried for a second. Besides, I can only afford one. I can only afford one. What do you want from me? Nah, I don't think that's negative worthy. Not really. Yeah, I actually beat Punch-Out Wii. Champion mode and Donkey Kong. Alright, so let's make some money. Well, hopefully I'll review it someday, Gum Gum. Legend Cask. Okay. We have bought the one and only legendary item that we're gonna have. Hey, Damashi. I mean, I managed to beat the optional boss. I feel like I can do this. I don't feel bad, Narset. I'm sorry. I really don't. I mean, I only have one. If I'm going to cheat, I could do the whole song and dance of transferring the save over to the computer. Give myself 20,000 gold and buy 2 more. Oops. Right. No, yeah, they actually were speaking whatever their actual native languages are. We're using walkthroughs, which is as close to cheating as we have gotten. What's Armor of Legend? And is that better than the Legendary Cask, which I just bought? Save. Gotcha. Well, it's also 10,000 gold. It's taken me until Disc 4 to be able to afford one of those, which actually goes back to the whole gold balance positive I already mentioned. So now we go back to Zendijivic. Alright. Hang on. So laws. Law 703 is required to advance the game. Law 659 removes guards. Law 640 allows you to skip in line. What? That's Disc 4. That's Disc 4 game. I think that looks like a success. Law 339 allows you to buy items. Insert disc 8. Ah! Let me in. I would too, Narset. Just for fun. I'm a Wingly. No magic power as a Wingly is recognized. What do you mean? It means my father cannot pass here either. There's good armor I could buy up ahead. Oh god, okay. Let's get a save on disc 4 here. Yeah, I am dirt broke now. But it was worth it. Maybe. We'll find out. It hasn't been worth it yet. I wish to go to the Law Factory, please. A place where we build laws. Oh, you're right. The Law Factory is where you buy items. Which obviously I cannot do. I suppose pretty much everything about the final duel between him and the Predator government, which I know is more like 8 scenes, but whatever. Don't mind me. Nip, 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 nip. Wait a minute. Did I come from there? Wake up, Lord. Okay, blue guards. These are really crap cards if you think about it. Any objection to this bill? None. Punishment for the invasion? Well, I didn't say that well quickly enough. Next, deliberation. Must make laws. The Wingley Veneration Law. Veneration for Wingley shall be enforced. Oh, I need to get in the line. All land shall be repossessed from humans. So is there a limit to how many laws I can enact? Because that's kind of relevant. Hi, Cord. But... okay. Dart, you're an idiot. We know Law 703. They've already said that. Okay. Hang on. No one likes a line cutter. No one. At school or as an adult. Yes, I wish to revise Law 640. Okay. And then I'm caught. Oh no! Supercut. No. Everyone's feeling the same way. Alright, guys. Thoughts on how to get out of here? Assume you're a player in a D&D campaign. Good idea. Try to fly your way out. You need to fly a little higher than that, Meru. No, I did not attack tough. Although, there was only one donation to Halo Wars for $2. But that will be updated. Good answer. Have Kongal smash through the door. I don't know why I remember that, but I do. I think it's just because I love the Kool-Aid Man thing. Okay, where the hell am I? Yeah, I should have timed it. Oh, yeah! I gotta be honest, I didn't think this would be this whole process, so I probably shouldn't have started with 640, but whatever. No! God damn it. Give Kongal a break. Tell me about it. Started with Law 659. Oh well. Well, first you arrest them, Gum Gum. Then you try them and convict them and execute them. It's very simple, really. Take two. nope, 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 nope. Oh! God damn it. You know, I've been getting stuck in the terrain the whole game, but that's the first time it's actually pissed me off right there. Christ. Couldn't re-enter the doorway. I was stuck in the terrain. Sorry, Kongal. Really regretting my law choice now. Jesus Christ, I should have just done 703 and gotten on with it. Tell me about it, Von Falkenstein. I got stuck in the terrain again if you didn't catch that. I'm gonna try some. Good night, Narset. Yeah, I'm basically at the cutoff point. In fact, I would have cut off several minutes ago if I wasn't stuck here. Let's see if we can change our number. Nope, we're stuck with it. I'm gonna do this off camera. If that's cool with you guys.